crime friends. We clutch our pearls and laugh again. We all gather around. Kathy has a story to tell, our favorite comedian. Heifer, please, I don't have the free time unless you got the scoop again. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away.
Hi there, true crime friends. How are you? My throat was giving out on me all of a sudden. Hello there, curtain twitchers. I'm so happy that you're all here. Hi. This is the Yay for 20K celebration. I'm so happy that you're all here. Okay, so look. We're here to celebrate that my little YouTube channel, the little YouTube channel that could, finally made it to 20,000 subscribers. And now suddenly my dog is barking her crazy head off. I am committed to ignoring her and trusting that my noise canceling mic is not catching her barking. Okay, so there's so many friends that are here. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. First of all, I was reading something while I was sitting here waiting, and I was like, I did not know about this information. But first, Christy was the first in chat. Thank you so much, Christy. Thank you for being here. And then, of course, Mrs. Parks, who is always in the house, is second in chat. And she says, congratulations, Kathy. Looking forward to celebrating with you today and next month in person. Girl, you coming to the city? I had no idea. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So many things that I had no idea about. Okay, so look, we do have some guests planned for this evening. But I'm getting text messages that, hey girl, hey, it is Father's Day and people are out celebrating their daddies and stuff. So folks are running late, but that's okay, honey. The show will absolutely go on. We need to, first of all, acknowledge some of our starred posts. We have a new member, Tressie runs on batteries, is a new member. Thank you so much, Tressie. She's here at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Madison Jewell became a new member. Allie B became a YouTube member. Oh yeah, I starred. Kelly, who was first in the chat, and yay for 20K. Thank you so much. 2 months worth of membership. Y'all, my throat has been fine all day, and all of a sudden I'm like, I can barely speak. Hang on. So look, can y'all hear this dog barking? She has suddenly lost her mind. Idiot wind. Oh my God, that's so lovely. So lovely. And Angel Mama is a new member. Wait, these are starting to go really fast. Sherry S says she learned about me from Melanie Little. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cupcakes, all the cupcakes who are here. Look, y'all rode deep. I'm telling you, the first time Melanie mentioned my channel, it was like my membership started going through the roof. And I was like, oh my God, this is totally crazy. Am I in the right StreamYard? Okay, no. Let me send you the link. Hang on. Let me send you the link. Did I click on the wrong one? Hang on. Invite guest. I have to bear with me 1 second, friends. You know I am not tech savvy. Ooh. https://StreamYard YARD.com, and then the secret code. I might have sent him the wrong one earlier. Truth be told. 6. Okay. Thank God I'm cute, because clearly I am not that bright. I sent my darling the wrong StreamYard link. Okay. Yeah, wait. And Rachel B, Psych D, also a new member. Wait. Okay. Sorry, I'm so distracted. Look, I'm trying to remain calm and appropriately chalant. We are celebrating many, many things tonight. Number one, we are celebrating that LVD, who I shall not name for her full name because she has not earned that, was convicted on Friday. Yay, she's going to prison forever, ever. And the jury is still out on Miss Karen Reed. But while we are waiting for that, I have gotten my favorite Karen Reed specialist. Now, listen, y'all know I don't know that much about this case, right? And when I needed a tutorial, I was like, who can give me a tutorial? I have to go to the very best, most learned gossip that I know. Oh, yes, 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 I did it. I went and I got Auntie Deb. Hey, Auntie Deb, how you doing, girl?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. What's doing? Oh my God. You brought decorations. Yay.
And I wrote you a poem.
So you wrote me a poem? Okay, wait. Do I need to center myself and get my chakras all aligned and stuff for
You
the
ready?
poem?
You ready?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull it up. It's nothing crazy. All right.
Okay.
Facts, not facts. Hot boo-boo mess. Piggly Wiggly and CVS. The mailman, your aunties, Walmart greeters, that hoe down the street, and tarot card readers. Shade and reading, the place to stay. Yes, Miss Kathy has hit 20K. So give her some love, scream and shout, get your bag heifer wig out. Tell all tell all the yentas and let a friend know. Here you'll find gossip, rumor, and innuendo.
Oh my God. I love it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think anyone has ever written me a poem before.
No, that's what I do, hon. That's my thing.
Oh my God. You are just the sweetest. Oh my God.
So I can't stay super long, but I wanted to come and just shoot the shit with you.
No,
Shoot the
no,
crap
no.
with
It's
you.
fine.
Oh, we're after
It's
7 minutes. I know the rules now. Oh, I'm all about you have no idea. Maximum
Please-
ads.
Please tell me you out here getting your bag, boo boo. I know you were out here getting your bag.
Yes. And it's all because of you.
It's crazy how much money these stupid videos make, right?
I looked at the numbers. I was like, oh.
You do an hour-long live stream most mornings that were not monetized. I was like, are you crazy?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, I've been missing out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over here having ramen
Yeah.
noodles when I could have been having
Steak.
burgers, not steak, not that much.
I love it. I love it that you go get your money, honey. That's the name of the game. While having fun, while entertaining yourself and others.
Right. That's all that matters.
It's so crazy. I watch you while I'm getting off the bus and then I'm walking to my job. So I'm generally in Times Square listening to you and trying to check and see what donut you have. That's everything. I'm like, what donut is today? Every day. I'm like, shit, did I miss the donut? I gotta see the donut.
Sometimes it's a Kreller, sometimes it's a blueberry donut, sometimes it's a butternut crunch if I'm feeling like a big old half a wig out. It all depends. So everyone like loved when we did the video, but some people were like, they were like, I can't believe she said that Karen's not dateable, blah blah blah. She's misinformed about Karen. I'm like, guys, she's not into the trial like we are. She sees what the news puts out or what in passing. She doesn't know. I'm like, can you guys like leave her alone?
That's
You're like, you didn't say this. I'm like, shut up. Like, shut up. Oh, I
recently have had a giant onslaught of people who are very excited to tell me how to run my channel. Who I need to not call Lori Vallow Daybell. She needs to be called Lori Day. There's like all these rules that I was like, oh, y'all act like I'm somebody who follows directions. Oh no. Mm-mm.
No,
it's not for me.
I'll get into it with them. I'll time them out. I'll block them. I'll put them in the corner. And it's like, if you're an adult enough to type something up to me. You're an adult enough to take the heat when I FedEx it to your front door.
Exactly. And I stand by the idea that Karen is undateable. But that's just me. I would not date her. She seems like a lot.
And listen, you can people can have their opinion. That doesn't who cares? Why are people so no, make them think this. They have to think you're not going to get anywhere.
Wild.
You're not going to get anywhere in life if that's what you want to do to people.
I've had people who told me I absolutely need to cover that case, and people who've told me I absolutely should not touch that case. It's crazy. One person told me I needed to sent me all this information and was like, you need to conduct a investigation of this and this and this. And I'm like, do I seem like I follow directions? Nah, that's not where my gifts lie.
I have a running Google Doc of the amount of things people tell me to do. And the other day I got 20 in one day, 20. And I was like, please don't tell me what to do. Even if I'm already thinking about doing it and you tell me what to do, I'm now not going to.
I will not.
Nope.
I will not.
It's so annoying.
Well, because one Karen Reed expert is not enough. Who would I be if I did not bring somebody who knew more than just gossip, who knew facts, FACTS, and sass? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, friends. None other than our favorite attorney.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They both. Oh, yes. They both. Oh, yes. They both reach for the gun. The gun. Oh, yes. They both reach for the gun. For the gun.
We need to do that on TikTok. Hi, Kathy.
You guys are hilarious. Welcome to Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. I've never had you in my very messy house before.
I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy that Jimmy is here because you are two of my most favorite people on the YouTubes, the tubes of you, as you call them. Kathy, you have coined so many phrases that I have adopted. There's a Kathy dictionary. It's like Matt McCabe and Jen McCabe are the curtain twitchers. And I give you full faith and credit for that. I'm like, they are curtain twitchers. And then somebody else said, yeah, it's remember Gladys Kravitz from Bewitched? She was the original curtain twitcher, right?
Yes. I'm telling you, me and the lady across the street, nothing happens on this block that we don't know about. Nothing. And there are things a couple of blocks over. I'm like, text Sean. Let me not use her government name. Let me text Sally from across the street. All over town. She's like, well, on the north side, this is what happened. But this block, we got on lock. No problem.
Right?
No problem. Mm-hmm.
And so you would have went outside your house if there was all those police and fire activity and a lady screaming bloody murder about her boyfriend. You would have went outside, right?
Girl, there was one night, at nighttime, I do a members only video, right? Where I'm just sitting in my bed oh, hey, I'm on my way to bed, blah, blah, blah. I'm all hopped up on Simply Sleep and progesterone, so I'm high as hell. Well, one night, there's some sirens up the street. I bet you $100. I was standing inside of a bush. I was reporting live from inside of a bush on my channel, y'all, okay, I see some lights flashing. I had on a t-shirt and panties in my front yard. My husband was like, what are you doing? I was like, shh, had I had shoes on, I would have tiptoed down the block, but I didn't want everybody to see my big old brown cheeks. Honey, and then I texted Sally from across the street, hey girl, hey. And she told me what was going on. She didn't even have to leave her house and she knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
She knows things.
Growing up, there was no blinds in my house that weren't broken, at least in 3 places that's my mom. She's like,
yes.
You gotta know what people are doing. You gotta know, especially
really
ambulances and fire trucks. Are you kidding?
I'm telling you, this is the safest block in America. Not only because there's a local police officer and an FBI agent that live on the block, but there's also people who work on the EMS and the fire squad and all this other stuff. So I'm like, they're like, oh no, there was a call. They said so-and-so was down. So-and-so lost a heartbeat. I'm like, really, girl?
Give the Nextdoor app.
Crazy.
Oh no, I can't with that.
It freaks me out. It's too much. It's too much.
You're on there all day, aren't you? All day.
I am. I get everything from there.
I get on the Ring camera app saying, does anybody know a good landscape? did anybody hear that loud boom? And then the other people on the Ring app get really mad and they're like, there's other apps for that, man, like next door. And that's what they're doing. They're gossiping about their neighbors over there. I had to delete it.
Oh my God.
Um,
My issue with that is because I'm 6 miles from New York City, so I'm getting all these notifications from the
Right.
Bronx, and I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I want to know what's happening within like 8 blocks of my house. Can you narrow it down to only 8 blocks from your house or something like that?
20 families, I feel like.
Really?
Like, closest 20. I don't know. I feel that's what I want. I don't know if you can. We should create it.
There's somebody like special that wants to come say congratulations to you. Would you mind if I sent a link to this person as a surprise
right
for you
ahead.
to come on to you
Go
to say
right
hello to you?
I
Okay.
told you this was not
This
planned at
person
all.
might be
I
able to
don't know
come
what
in
I'm
like
doing.
maybe 20 minutes or so. I'm just going to copy the link and send it over.
It's Karen. She
By
wants to
all
say thank you
means.
for saying that she's dateable.
Oh my God, hilarious. Yeah, it's gonna be
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm up for anything. Listen, this is the way I planned this 20K celebration. I was like, at some point I might get 20,000 subscribers. Who would be like the biggest get? Let me reach out to Melanie and see if she's even available.
No,
So I planned it for 2
silly.
weeks out, right? And then I was like, I
Silly.
was so stressed out this last 2 weeks. Like, what if I don't get there? What if I don't get there?
Oh,
And then I
wait.
was like,
Did you get there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's above.
Yeah. I'm like, what are we talking about?
20.1 now.
And then I was like, wait, okay, so if I don't get there, having Melanie on my channel, then maybe I'll get there during the live stream while she's here because the cupcakes will show up and show out. Like
The cupcakes will show up and show out.
When we first met, you were celebrating like
10K.
You were coming up on 10K, remember?
Yeah, it was coming up on 10.
We met during the Brian Camp trial. That's how we met because I couldn't find anyone covering Brian Camp. And did you watch Brian Camp, Jimmy?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God.
was
Kid in Hampshire
amazing.
County on trial for, I think, was it murder or manslaughter? I don't remember. Because he killed a home intruder. A guy broke into his house. Kathy had the best, funniest, recap of it. A guy broke into his house. He's sleeping. Kathy, tell the story because you tell the story better than anybody.
He's sleeping naked next to his girlfriend. P.S. He's a little dude. Some random dude breaks into his house and starts beating the stew out of him. I don't know what we're not going to go there. He's not pocket size. Not tall.
Pocket size.
He was not tall. He was pocket size.
The neighbor we know.
And this is in Hampshire County, Massachusetts. So listen up.
So this dude is like 6'2", 6'4", whatever, some big giant dude breaks in and starts beating the stew out of this naked kid who's asleep in bed. The girlfriend grabs a bong, clunks him on the head. He stumbles backwards. They fight in the stairwell. They fight all the way down. It's Christmas. It's right after Christmas. They fight all the way down the stairs. There's all these guns all over the house, but the guns are like raggedy guns. So he grabs one gun and then like the barrel falls off of it. It was like a cartoon.
And there was 2 little girls sleeping upstairs. The 2 little girls are sleeping upstairs in bed.
Turns out the dude who broke in was one of the guys who had dated his girlfriend when they were on a break. And
it was her manager at Dunkin'. He was her
manager at Dunkin' Donuts. So finally, Brian is like fighting for his life. He's covered in blood. He's naked. He's exhausted. This dude is literally saying, I'm going to kill you, grabbing guns, trying to beat him to death. He gets a gun and he shoots the dude. The dude is down. The girlfriend runs outside and she's like, oh my God. He's like, okay. They're calling 911. 20 minutes for any sort of rescue to show up. So the girlfriend goes, the 911 operator said you have to go back inside and check and see if the dude's okay. And he's like, I'm not checking on nothing. And the girl's like, they want you to go back in and check. Brian goes back in to check and see if this guy's okay. He sees him getting up, like rising up, cussing, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. So Brian shoots him again. According to the district attorney, the first shot was fine. That was self-defense. The second shot after the 911 operator told him to go back in the house was what was considered murder, manslaughter, whatever. So they put him on trial. I was incensed. I was out of my mind.
You were outraged.
So you can only shoot someone once?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, he was acquitted. But it was like there was some other case going on that everybody was talking about, and I was like, I don't want to talk about that. What am I going to talk about? And I stumbled across that case, and there was no coverage of it. The case was not on court TV. They just had like little snippets through the day of like, oh, this is what happened in the morning. This is what happened in the afternoon. And I was livid. And so I started talking about it. And then a bunch more people started, not a bunch more, but several more people started talking about it. And Melanie started talking about it. And I was like, who is this lady? Who?
Because I reached out to you and I said, because I wanted to like prep my audience on it. And you had the funniest recap of exactly what it was about. And I emailed you. I said, you don't know me, girl. I don't know you, but let me tell you your recap of this. Can I play it on my show? Because I don't like to play other people's content without their permission, right?
Yeah.
And you literally got back to me in 5, and I'm like, but I'm going on in like 10 minutes. And you said, go for it. So I played your recap and everyone loved it. And I said, go sub to Kathy. And then you blew past that 10,000. And that's how we met. And it was amazing. And so I thank you for that, for your
the cupcakes like humor. They'll make you or break you.
No, nobody will break you. That's not true.
If you wanted them to.
Beehive, like, don't make them mad.
Mm-hmm. Don't say anything about Beyonce.
I like how you were saying, like, don't tell me how to run my stream, because I'm the same way. I'm like, I send the trolls to Block Island. We have boarding passes. And Block Island, as you know, is a real place. I'm like, you want to go to Block Island? And Jimmy's the same way. Jimmy takes zero. Like, he doesn't even give a warning. He's like, that's it. Bye.
Sometimes it's misinterpreted. Sometimes they like say something and it's like to someone else, and I'm like, well, you're gonna catch strays. Goodbye. Out of here. Sorry.
It's wild to me. I can't, like, if I watch somebody's channel, right, and I don't like what I'm seeing, then I'm like, oh, well, this isn't for me. And I keep it moving right along. People are like, no, this is how you need to, I'm like, are you? That is crazy to me.
If it was you or Melanie saying it, like, oh, maybe do this. This might help you out, or blah, blah, blah. Someone who's done it before you or better than you, then you take
somebody with no YouTube channel shows their ass up in comments. I'm like, no, girl. No.
Right. I don't go to your house and tell you how to overeat. You don't come here and tell me how to run my channel. Thank you.
You're such a bad influence. I could not love it more.
He really is, though, isn't he?
Oh my God.
I mean,
when Britt, go ahead.
I was going to say, did you both start on TikTok? Both of you? Just Jimmy did. Jimmy, you started on TikTok, right?
And I've never done another like case. This is my first in true crime ever, anything.
I thought you started on TikTok, Kathy. No, you started on YouTube?
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to work the TikTok either.
I don't know how to work the TikTok. I have a social media manager who's my cousin, who's like, don't you worry, girl, I'm gonna figure it out. And so she's been posting stuff on TikTok. I have not seen what she's posted. I don't know what's up there. I don't know how to watch it. I don't know if it's I have no clue.
Well, we have to thank you for making us laugh. You made us laugh.
Thank you.
You make us laugh every morning when you drop your videos for at least 20 minutes. And it is such a beautiful, bright spot of the day, especially during the Brian Camp trial, because we were so outraged at this poor boy. And he's a boy. I mean, he was like 23,
young,
working 3 jobs to pay his lawyer because he did not qualify for a public defender. And they wanted to really convict him of this. And we're like, wait a second, he's protecting his family. Like, during closing arguments, the prosecutor actually argued he should have run upstairs and grabbed his little girls and brought them down and run past the murderer who was laying on the kitchen floor bleeding to take them in the car and leave. He should have done that instead of shooting the guy a second time. We were like, I'm sorry, what world are we living in that the 911 operator would also send him back inside to check on the guy who tried to murder him and his family? And media didn't want anybody to know about it, Kathy. The media did not want people to know about this case.
It was so weird. I mean, it was clear that Court TV had it as a second tier, like, oh, we don't know what's happening over here. But it's amazing the power that like a big mouth lady in New Jersey sitting in the living room can figure out on a 5 o'clock on a random Tuesday morning or whatever it was. Crazy town.
They said go in and save him. I thought she just said don't shoot after another one. She wanted him to go in and check on him.
She wanted to go and check, like, well, is he still breathing? Because the girlfriend's on the phone, and the girlfriend's saying, the operator's saying, is he still breathing? Because I think she's sort of like stretching for time, stalling, because it was taking the cops forever to get there. EMS was staged around the corner, but EMS could not go in unless the cops had been there first to make sure everything was okay. So she's like, is he breathing? Is he breathing now? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. Can you go inside and check on him? Like, they were more concerned about him getting the EMTs to save the killer's life than to save this man and his children and his girlfriend.
I have a question. If he did go in to check and then something happened to him, who would be responsible?
Right. That's the other part of it.
Okay.
That's the other part of it. Because the district
It would have been a
attorney was
different
saying,
trial.
right, the district
That
attorney
guy would
was
have been on
saying,
trial, and Brian Kemp would have been
if he
dead.
was here today, he
Right?
would be on trial for what he did. It's like, yeah, sure he would have. Sure, like, it's nuts. It's nuts. But it worked out the way it was meant to, thank God.
Mhm.
And
When we
couple of
watched
big
him be
mouth-
acquitted, we were together the day that he got acquitted. Remember?
Yes, I
mean,
was
we
about to
cried.
leave work, and I was like, let me find I was leaving the office, and I was like, wait, let me run back in my office and close the door, because if they hear me like in here cheering and turning cartwheels, they're gonna be like, Kathy, is that work related?
Are you doing your side gig
Yes.
again in the conference room?
At this point, initially I was like, this is just going to be kept on the low. It was discussed in an office meeting recently. Someone was like, tell me the name of the channel again. I was like, oh God, y'all are going to get me fired.
I love it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Do you wait? Jimmy, does your employer know that you have a channel?
So no one knows. No one in my life knows.
Mrs. Parks.
Someone just asked me. Someone just asked my mom. My mom's friend just asked, like, "Oh, what's Jimmy's channel?" And my mom was like, "I don't fucking know."
Oh,
Like,
no way. Your mother doesn't even watch?
no, she doesn't care. She's not impressed. She's seen me play dress up and be crazy my whole life. She doesn't think anything of this. My sister, like, they're like, "Yeah, that's him."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, I just noticed I am missing all this gifting. There's like Mrs. Parks is over here dropping gifts like a crazy person.
That's Parks.
She gifted 50
I mean,
memberships.
we love Mrs. Parks.
Girl.
Jimmy, we met
Oh my
you know Mrs. Parks.
God.
I mean, you probably know her better than I do. We met her at the,
I brought her.
You brought her. That's right.
I brought her. Yeah, we
She
had
was
so much
your
fun.
+1.
She took all the pictures, and there's one picture of me and Melanie that I will not release because I don't like the way I look in it.
I don't like the way I look in it either. Like,
Yeah,
dude, that was like a lot of pounds ago. Do not ever post that picture.
I would never, because I look like I could give a sermon off of my mound down here. But like, it's like me and Melanie are like, we're got like back and forth, like, oh, it's such a good pic.
What was the event? What was the event that you guys all met at?
The event heard around the world.
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about it? I mean, it's in the past. It was a fundraiser for Karen Reed.
It was a fundraiser for.
It was like a private Karen Reed, like friends and family fundraiser. And so,
that's so nice.
Some of us went up to support, to help raise money, and we donated merch, and they did like a silent auction and stuff. But it was so cool because we got to meet in person, and like we have so many YouTube friends that we never get to meet in person. And
right.
I just like, since I've started this channel and started covering Karen Reed, and even before that with you, Brian Kemp, I've met some of the nicest people that I've really ever known in my life. Like, it gives me I get pumped about it, like genuine, real people, and you have a bond with other creators because really nobody ever really knows what you're dealing with, like on the backside of this, and the hatred and the vitriol that we get spewed at every single day. And, it is so nice to be able to hug somebody. And especially Jimmy, because first of all, he's a tall drink of water. Like, he's like, how tall are you? You're like 6'4". I mean, he's like huge. And
big old beast.
His vibe in person is even more. How tall are you?
6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
His vibe, he's like,
it's like, that's not even human. Wait.
Vibes are so good.
6'4"?
Yes. And the vibes are so good. He's just like, he radiates warmth and sunshine. Like, you just can't.
He's 100 feet tall? I had
Literally.
no idea.
My mom had an affair with a dinosaur. I'm so big. It's like I don't fit in a friggin' bathtub, dude. I look like this. Like it's crazy. I don't fit anywhere. The only good thing about being tall is people being like, "Wow, you're tall." That's it.
No, it's so good.
That's
good.
it. But
Oh my
meeting
God.
Melanie was like, I was like, oh, this is the aunt I've always wanted. This is my sister. This is my family member. I can like, it was great. It was really great. And I got emotional on Friday thinking back to being on your channel for deliberations.
Right.
I was
You
like,
came
that was
on.
a year ago. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I was with Melanie. Oh my God. Like
We did like a therapy session. Do you remember? It was like therapy.
we did. We had such a good talk.
And that's
so
why, Kathy, we
sweet.
have to
I
meet in the
love it
city. And
so
I heard you
much.
just say Mrs. Parks is coming and I'm coming for lunch.
Yes,
Wait, I'll come down.
she's coming
Let's
next
do it.
week.
Well,
Wait,
we keep it on the
she's
QT.
better. Yeah. Wait, okay, so wait. Scarlett Sometimes gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Scarlett Sometimes. And then Mrs. Parks said, Auntie and I had a face-to-face. Okay, hang on.
I did not blow her off for you. I blew her off because I have to get up early tomorrow and I forgot. I forgot that it's like deliberation day. I got to get up early to do my show at 7. Mrs. Parks, don't you come here sending $10 to throw shade at me. Get out of here. Go.
And then despite the look on my face, you're still walking, gifted 5 memberships. Now, we were
You're
just
still
having
talking. I think you say that. I think you say that. Isn't that one of your phrases? Despite the look on my face, you're still talking? They named themselves after you.
Oh my God. We were just talking a few minutes ago about a crazy case. And then out of nowhere, I'm minding my own business, minding other people's business, like I do. And an old friend just dropped into the back room.
I sent the link.
Who is here?
I sent the link. I hope you're okay.
Yes, I'm so happy. Hi, Tom. How are you? Where's George Clooney?
George Clooney is asleep on the back of the couch in the living room, but once he hears that we're on, he'll probably come in.
Tom is the attorney who represented Brian Camp. Who
get out of
got
here.
him acquitted. Yeah, I had him on my show the other day on Friday with
Nice
the panel.
to meet you,
of
Auntie.
Karen
Does that
Reed.
say Auntie Deb?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Auntie Deb is
Long
a comedian.
No,
and impersonates all of the people in the Karen Reed trial, and it's fabulous.
Oh God,
Amazing.
There's plenty of material there. Well, first of all, gossip, rumor, and innuendo, Kathy. Congratulations.
Yes.
What did you hit? 20,000?
20,000. Thanks so much.
More importantly,
it's crazy.
More importantly, as you can see, actually, I read some of the comments on one of the other podcasts and that whole cacophony that Melanie had the other night that somebody commented about my ceiling fan. I guess ceiling fans are not cool to have on podcasts.
No, it is cool because it reminds people of the courtroom in the Karen Reed case. They wanted you to turn it on to make them feel more at home.
I
like it.
Oh.
But I'm looking at the rudimentary. I mean, the fact that I got my microphone and camera to work.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great. And now I'm looking at you, Kathy, with those fancy headphones and a red. What is that? A windsock kind of thing?
It's a light. I don't know. It's a light. So that's how I know it's on if it's red.
Will you remember
it's from
me
Target.
When?
That's why I got the. I don't know. It was from Target.
Just remember me when. That's all I care about. Remember me when.
I actually covered another one of your cases. I did Hayachi, I think.
Hachiyanagi.
Yes, her. I also did her case after the fact. But I don't remember what the case was about. But I was like, I covered more than one of Tom's cases. I remember very clearly.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a tough one. That was literally in the middle of the pandemic. That was an assault with intent to murder. That was an attempted murder case, along with about 20 other charges, smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, which was a really interesting period of time to be going into a jail where she was held without the right to bail to prepare, and all the accoutrements that go with preparing a case and having to go into a jail and prepare during COVID, but.
Crazy.
On the day of trial, as the jurors were coming down, as the pressure of trial will do, we struck a deal and that case resolved.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What are you working on now?
I would say probably Not a big case, but a case that has given me the most satisfaction in a long time was a civil case. If that's not too boring, I'm lucky enough to have enough of a robust criminal practice, both in Superior and District Court, to be able to cherry pick civil cases. I don't like civil
Nice.
cases because I find that money makes people crazy. And
For sure.
I don't care to deal with that type of crazy. So I get to choose the civil cases that I decide to take. And there was a gentleman here on Cape Cod who owns his own. He's a single guy, one man, hammer swinging Finnish carpenter who was being accused of not having paid a very large bill by a very powerful guy, and he hired me, and we had a whole 3-day long trial on whether or not this money was paid. And we were piecing together Facebook messages and text messages and all kinds of different stuff. And thankfully, the jury found for my guy. So that has been, one of the quote unquote, there's no case that's small for a client. So I don't like to say big or small cases. Every case is big for each client. Everything is relative, but by way of time and nobody was going to prison for life and that kind of stuff. But the amount of money for this guy could have been life changing, and the jury was out for a long time. It was really interesting. But so that's the most recent one that I've done. Since I've seen you, I've probably done about 15 trials, all of which are sort of in the district court realm.
That's crazy. So wait, Mrs. Parks has a question for TK. Do you make a good living doing OUIs in mass, asking for a friend? Okay, is that coded language? What are we talking about here?
Mrs. Parks, like, stop putting my business out there.
It's what we call DWIs, Kath. Driving while intoxicated.
Okay.
Operating under the influence. Operating under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs.
I'm a teetotaler. I don't know. Oh, well, wait. Does simply sleep and progesterone count? Because
probably not.
I don't.
Well, it can be legal or illegal prescription or not. If you're operating a motor vehicle with legal prescription drugs that you should not, that tell you that you can become drowsy, you're operating under the influence of drugs. So, yeah.
So if you take no idea too much like Benadryl or something, and you're driving and you become drowsy and you get into an accident and something happens, you could get an OUI or something.
Yes. Yep. I mean, they're much harder to prove than operating under the influence because there's no breathalyzer, obviously.
Right.
What is the evidence of the ingestion of drugs? That is usually the next sort of, mostly these days, there's a lot of, because marijuana in certain quantities is legal in Massachusetts, it's okay to possess a certain amount in the car. And it's okay, just like the jury instruction, as I heard. It was really interesting listening to Judge Cannoni give an OUI and a standard first offense OUI instruction in that case, because I've memorized it, and it's just interesting to hear just a straightforward standard first offense OUI jury instruction in this crazy case. But within that instruction, you heard that, it's not a crime to drink alcohol and drive a motor vehicle. It is a crime to drive a motor vehicle if you've had so much alcohol that your ability to operate safely has been impaired. So it's the same thing with, whatever the drug is that they're claiming. And they're not called field sobriety tests when you're doing them for OUI drugs. They have to refer to them as roadside assessments. And there can't be the same opinion drawn on operating under the influence of drugs as can be by a regular state trooper, although there are these now supposed drug recognition expert police that I just, it's kind of insane to me. But yeah, so there's OUI alcohol, OUI drugs. And the answer, what was the question? Can you make Can't do I or can you make a good living?
Can you be intoxicated?
Oh.
The question was, do you make a good living? But a better question is, can you be intoxicated on a horse or a donkey?
Those are not motor vehicles.
I heard you can get a DUI on a bike.
No.
Bicycle, no?
Well, Massachusetts, operating under the influence of whatever is you're operating a motor. The essential elements that have to be proved are that you're operating a motor vehicle on a public way, and that you're doing so while under the influence of either drugs or alcohol. Oh, I'm sorry, either or. You're charged alternatively with OUI, alcohol, either under the influence of alcohol or with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher, or both.
I was just going to ask you that. I was just going to ask you too about that. So, because that's on the slip too, and it says, I was very confused. It says, operating under the influence of liquor and or with a blood BAC of 0.08 or greater. What's the difference?
The difference is if the Commonwealth wanted to be cute with a solid breathalyzer, or unlike this case, because of the incredible range, if I remember correctly, the range of
the extrapolation was 0.13
and when I say
0.28.
Yeah, I remember that was George.
That was George Clooney.
George just jumped up.
His cat's name is George Clooney.
Here
I
he
knew you
comes.
would love that, Jim.
Here we go. Come here, buddy.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, bud.
I have a tuxedo cat too, and so does Jimmy.
Hold on, George.
Let me just point out one thing before we move on to cats, is that, Kathy, I want you to know that during the Brian Camp trial, I said that Brian Camp needed more support in the courtroom because there was really nobody there for him, right? Brooke was there, and there were a couple of friends. And so one of the cupcakes, her name is Bo, she went up to Hampshire County. She sat in the courtroom, and she was there. And she was showing Brian and Brooke your videos in the hallway while they were waiting for the verdict to come in, right? Do you remember that, Tom?
My God.
I do.
You even knew about it.
I didn't.
And so you were out there doing the Lord's work, keeping him, because this man now, how much was he looking at, Tom, if he was convicted?
20 years.
20 years, not knowing if he was going to go home or be cuffed at the end of the day. And your videos got him through, and Brooke too. And you're doing the Lord's work, girl. Yeah.
That's so amazing. It's like, honest to God, I'm sitting here like in my dining room that's become my office, shouting into an iPhone 13 mini at 5:00 in the morning. My whole family is like, you do what? Wait, what is this kitty's name?
George ran all the way. Where are you, Auntie Deb? Where do you?
From Worcester.
Oh, you're in Worcester.
Hmm?
Oh, well, Georgie could have made it there.
Sweet Pea, you want to go make a friend?
You have a play date?
Oh,
He's such a good boy. Like, he's just so good. Loves people. Like, he thinks he's a dog.
Georgie is too.
He hides all day.
I have two other cats too, which one's a big boy, Liam, and the other one is the prettiest cat that exists on God's earth, Penny. And I belong to,
I love the puppies. I love the kitties.
I've decided to not give a what a long time ago, and so I belong to there's like groups on Facebook for tortoise shell, like Penny's a tortoise shell cat, so I belong to Torty, it's called Torty, and then I belong to Tuxedo, and then I belong to whatever Liam is, and man, it can get pretty raucous in those groups.
You said you're on the Cape?
I am.
That's wild.
So I
come here. Hi.
I brought Josephine, my little one, because I found her in the park. She was like 2 weeks old too. It's all about the animals. You know that place in Rochester? She's like a nonprofit. She's like the best cat person ever. This
is Holly.
Wow.
Say hi. Look, hi, Holly. Look that way. Hi.
Holly's a good girl. Right, Holly?
She's a good girl.
She is good.
She's a good girl. She was trying to walk on my desk before. Okay, wait. I will pet you. I promise. And she's all spotted. She's like our 101 Dalmatian dog.
Beautiful. How old?
4.
4.
Ouch, you need your nails cut, ma'am. You want to get down? You want to get down now? She's like, okay, you petted me. That was enough.
Melanie, I could see you having like a reptile.
Dude, I have a tuxedo cat too. I'm trying to get somebody to bring her up.
No, but I could see you
an
being like,
appearance.
here's my boa constrictor. And like,
Dude, I'm afraid of fish. All right. I won't even go in the ocean because I do not want a fish to touch me. Okay.
oh, I don't
I
mess
dated a guy in college who had a pet tarantula. What? Who does that? I cannot do reptiles. I cannot, like, a mouse won't frighten me at all. I could deal with a mouse, but
No.
snakes, no.
I
Birds, no.
will sell this house if I see a mouse. There is no. I saw a dead mouse and I was ready to call a realtor. Thank God I was the only girl in the house. I live with a bunch of boys, and I was like, somebody. I'm telling you right now, you need to get that realtor right here on the phone. Instead, they got rid of the dead mouse, and it worked out fine.
Every spring, George would wait in my old house in Northampton. I moved to the Cape from Northampton. And George would sit in the spot where they came every spring. They would come through, and he would bring me pretty much every night for about a week, live mice, and drop them in my bed. And they would try to hide under my body, and he's trying to get them out from underneath my body. So it was interesting. And I learned that, and you know, I've learned. And I in my situation with George is true. It's not presents that they're bringing me. It's apparently cats are
Trophies, like a serial killer,
showing me that I'm a shitty hunter and that this is how you do it. My understanding is like that's what that's all about.
Is that why men on Tinder and Cringe and Fumble show themselves with giant fish? First of all, the giant fish picture needs to go. Who does that? Showing like, oh, look at what I caught. And somebody said to me once, they're like, they just want to show that they're like providers and hunters and gatherers. I'm like,
listen, if they have a picture is with a dog, it means that they think their dog is their personality. And Tom, no offense, if they have a hat on in their main picture, it means they are bald as hell.
Usually.
It's just what it is.
Honestly, they want to impress me. Show me a screenshot of your 401k balance. How about that? That is going to be impressive to me.
Yes, girl.
The
or
rest of it,
the ATM receipt from the Chase, you know, that's
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You got your portfolio? Like, come on, friends. Let's be for real.
The Maserati can be rented, but
and here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with bald. Nothing wrong with bald, but don't hatfish me. You know what I mean?
Hat fishing. Oh,
don't hatfish me. Then we get there, and I'm turtle waxing the top of it just to get my reflection. Like, that's fine, but present it. Be truthful.
There is something wrong, however, with unkempt, unshowered hair. So do with that what you shall.
Kempt, showered, pristine, perfect. The products we don't even know that go into this thing, Tom.
I'm not talking about you.
You are lying through your teeth.
I'm the only one with a hat on here.
Tom wears custom suits. We called him the Don Draper of the Brian Camp trial. Pocket square,
very
custom
fancy,
suits,
really?
Very 1950s. He had his glasses on. He was like, well, I don't like to say Drew Carey, but like the skinny Drew Carey's more attractive brother and Don Draper, right? Because that was what I knew. So I had totally
everything
like
was snatched, pulled together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tom James
on
Company.
point.
I'm looking. Tom, nice jawline.
Thanks.
Oh man, you're gonna get a lot of thirsty emails from the crazy cat ladies. I'm telling you right now.
No problem.
Every time he comes on my show, they're like in the comments. I'm like, you don't know what his marital status is. Why are you all getting all hot and bothered? Like, leave the man alone.
Especially in the women about how many trials I've done. They don't care about my
it's
experience.
All about like, is he single? I love cats too. Like,
is he single? I don't mind a hat. It's like.
I don't mind.
He can come and see my pussy. Okay.
Oh, she's going there. She did it first.
I'm just saying.
She's like, my pussy will beat up a mouse any day of the week.
My goodness, Georgie. You can't hear this, can you, buddy?
No, George.
Cover your ears, Kitty. Cover your ears.
Earmuffs, Georgie.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of George Clooney, do you think that marriage to Amal Clooney is real or fake? I mean, just putting it out there. Do you think it's real or fake? I mean, I've heard some rumors that they're on rocks and they're getting divorced any minute, but
I don't know enough about it.
But you named your George. You named your cat after him.
Only because George is the handsomest man on the planet and he's well dressed. That's why his name's George Clooney.
I love it.
I love how good of a cat owner you are. That's like the best.
Oh, buddy.
That's so nice. That
Ginny
listen,
is in the chat saying, "I love your work history." That's it, Tom. We got one who loves your work history.
My work
She
history.
loves your CV more than your cats.
I don't believe her.
Me neither.
I'll tell
everybody
you,
was
Tom.
objectifying. What's his
6'2".
name? Detective Hermosillo from that Lori Vallow trial. People have sent me so many videos and pictures and screenshots of him, and I'm like, okay, the man is married with 2 children. Also, my husband has let me know this is not a brother-husband situation over here, and I was like, okay, I will govern myself accordingly.
Where's your husband? Is he there? Can he say hello? We want to see the man who landed Kathy, Queen Kathy. We want to see the man who landed Queen Kathy.
He refuses to come on this channel. He refers to it as my little thing that I do. At the one point, he let his hand be seen. And I was laying in bed and I was making a video. People had questions for him. And so I was like, he put the cover over his face. He would only show his hand. So I was like, so it's only hands now? And he's like, yeah.
You tell a lot from a hand.
He's all right. I'm gonna keep him. He's a bald black man from the South Bronx with a very, very Jewish name. I'll give you that much.
Wow.
That's amazing.
He wants nothing to do with this channel at all. In fact, I'm not even sure he tells people that I have a channel, which is fine with me.
His name is Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that you're a really big deal around here. Really big.
My husband Shlomo Moskowitz. Yeah, he loves this channel.
Shlomo.
Just saying, it's the truth. It's the truth. He's a lovely human being who is sort of just like, ugh. I'm like, I have to do a live, and so he will literally leave the house. He wants nothing to do with it.
Want to be in the building.
Sweet pea.
And my kids are about the same. They're just like the stop, drop, and roll. If they suspect that I am on live, somebody will come through they will hit the floor and belly crawl up to me and like hand me notes and stuff. I'm like, okay, everybody calm down. Nobody's checking for y'all. It's all about me.
That's so funny.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my God, I love
Melanie,
Clooney.
Your family knows you have a channel, I assume, Melanie?
Oh yeah, they love it. They love it. They think I'm the coolest mom ever now. They think I'm the coolest mom ever. I just got my 100,000 plaque. I haven't even unboxed it yet. We're going to do an unboxing. But like one of my kids is like, oh, I used to like, maybe not Jake Paul's not cool anymore, but like, I remember when I was little and I used to watch Jake Paul and he had that plaque behind him and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, my kids help me run my channel. They're like so into it, which that's I love awesome. Because you know it's becoming like a family business. Like what I want, and I have 5 kids, so you know it's a big
take a breeding on.
And like I always have told I've always been self-employed. Like I've never had a boss or a job. Like the last time I had a boss or a job was like my first job out of law school, and then I was like, screw this. Why is this person making all the money? I could do this myself. And I had a partner, and we had a big firm, and so I've always been a big. Both my parents were self-employed, so you never have to worry about getting fired or whatever. So I want everyone to like have their own business, and you know, with 5 of them. They've all been through college. I still have one who's getting, or we're in the process. But I'm like, if you don't want to go to college, that's cool. I'll give you the money. Start a business. So many of these people, like on Shark Tank, you know, never went to college and they're making bazillions of dollars. And I don't think college has the same return as when we went to college. Everyone had to go to college. It was like a thing.
No way.
Right. Yeah. And now it's like, you want to get in all this debt, like for what? Start your own business. You'll never get fired and you can make money hand over fist. People need plumbers and carpenters, and that's what's hard to find right now.
Oh, it's like the bar exam. I didn't have to go to law school to pass the bar exam. All I needed to do was take the review course that I took.
Really?
Law school had nothing to do with my bar exam. Zero, none. Maybe a little bit on the
the Shannon Burgess.
Written side. Yeah.
Tell that to Shannon Burgess.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So they like it. So they're excited about it. They like it. Every time I hit a milestone, they get me a rainbow cookie cake because that's my thing. I love rainbow cookies, and so that we if you find a good Italian bakery, they make a good rainbow cookie cake, and then like they go in and say 100K, and they brought the cake in. When I was live, they brought it and they all sang to me. It was really awesome with candles.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, it is. I mean, I couldn't do this without the support of my family. You know, it's just me.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a gig.
I do this despite the support of despite the lack of support of my family.
Your little YouTube thing. You're still doing those videos?
Yes. Right. Why do we have to be quiet? It's just like, can you turn down the TV that you're sleeping through? Although my son, I have 4 sons. Number 2 is pretty supportive and he thinks it's hilarious, but mostly because he's a show off. So if he loves like crazy pajamas, onesie pajamas. So if he puts on one of his onesie pajamas, he wants to come on the channel so everybody can see his onesie pajamas. So there was a picture of him at Christmas. I got him. I had been up in Bar Harbor. And I got these onesie lobster pajamas with like a trap door in the back. And so he came on the channel to show everybody his booty so they could see the flap.
What video was this?
I can't remember which one, but it was like ridiculous. But those other 2 boys, actually, 2 of them just walk through the kitchen and they're like, the kitchen's way up there.
I'm 10 minutes over my allotted leave time because I had to, but I just wanted to say congrats on your 20K. Love you guys. Tom, so nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I hate to say this, more importantly, nice meeting George Clooney. I love that. Oh!
We saw the hair.
Tom said bald where? Where? All right, Melanie, God bless. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Wait, hold on a second.
Thanks,
just so in case anybody doesn't know who's here and you're watching the Karen Reed trial, if you are not tuned in to Auntie Deb's 7 a.m. morning show, you don't know what you're missing. It's hilarious.
Not to be missed.
I watch him every morning when I'm in the car driving where I got to go at 7 a.m. with my coffee, and you keep us all laughing because sometimes we got to laugh, otherwise we're just going to cry.
Wait,
7 a.m. shows are crazy.
It's a podcast show?
He's on YouTube. It's a YouTube show.
YouTube, yeah. 7 we start,
sweet.
and we shoot the shit, and people might catch some strays. I say some wild thing. I don't know. People like it.
And he eats a donut every morning.
I do.
Good to know.
Yeah. And you do a great interview. You had a great interview series.
I'm gonna bring those back when the trial's over.
Yeah.
Do like
Beyonce, My Name.
I mean, there's a different one now that we're gonna do. We're gonna do Plead the Fifth instead of Beyonce, My Name after the trial's over. Where we
That's
ask,
so awesome.
Hard-hitting questions. All right. I'll see you guys later. Kathy,
thanks, Jimmy.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So fun. Oh my God. Listen, I'm so grateful that you guys dropped by. I'm just like, I didn't plan anything. I was like, I'm going to put on my appropriately chalant shirt and try not to
appropriately
freak
chalant.
out.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, appropriately chalant. Because what was her name? Lori Vallow, I think it was like, chalant. I am not. She's very not nonchalant. She was very, very chalant. So I'm just like, I am appropriately chalant at all times. I'm going to show up at this thing. I'm going to try not to freak out. And then I'm going to fold some laundry and do the rest of my regular Sunday. But there's so many starred chats that I missed. I don't want to forget anybody because everyone has been so sweet and so generous.
Yeah, run through them. Do it. You got to thank your people.
Absolutely.
The answer to the question is yes, you can make a living, a good living with just OUI cases, but like any other case, if that's what you're going to specialize in, you have to your firm has to be set up for it.
I think Mrs. Parks really just wanted to know if she should have you on speed dial just in case. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
Because I think Mrs. Parks lives in Massachusetts. I'm not sure.
Cape Cod Criminal Defense.lawyer.
There you go. There you go. So Idiot Win gifted 10 memberships. Betty, can you feed these dogs, please?
And what's better than a username after a Bob Dylan song? I mean, really, that's amazing.
Andrea C, congrats. I don't know how I found you, but I'm so glad I did. I love your recaps. Thank you so much, Andrea. Wait, I think I did this one. Rachel Bluesite is a new member. Mrs. Parks gifted 50 memberships.
I see you, Mrs. Parks. Also, I'm going to crash your lunch, just so you know.
Yeah, please come to our lunch. Congratulations on 20K. Kathy, member for 7 months. Izzy Day with a super sticker. Thank you so much. Scarlett Sometimes with 5 gifted memberships. Mrs. Parks, again, Auntie and I had a face-to-face friend date tonight. And he blew me off. Wait. Oh, that's what he's gonna go see. Auntie and I had a face-to-date friend date tonight, and he blew me off for you.
I think
I'll
he said
allow it.
no, that's
Love
not
you both.
true. He had to go to bed early because he's got to get up for his 7 a.m. morning
Oh, right,
show.
right, right. Okay, okay. Right. Despite the look on my face, you're still talking. Gifted 5 memberships. Psych. Wait, Rachel B, Psych D, Kathy got a free cameo. Duo of the year right here. Right? Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Parks just like throws open her wallet and just tosses money to the wind. She's a crazy person. Auntie, tell her how your tell her how you time people the F out in your chat for something or for nothing. It's hilarious. Love your faces. Hilarious. Okay, Mrs. Parks. Oh my God. Mrs. Parks. Oh my God. All of my dreams are coming true tonight. Auntie, Melanie, and Kathy in the same screen. So fun. Yes, Kathy would not have slept Kathy would not have slept someone on her lawn. She is the captain of the Curtain Twitcher Association. Honey, no lies detected. I know everything on this block. Rob, congrats on 20K. Well deserved. You're the best. You guys are the best. Tara gifted 5. There's so many gifted memberships. Look, I might have to start cleaning up my act and watching what I say on those members only videos. Oh my God.
No, just be you. That's what people love.
Oh, it's a situation. Alice Turner, girl, even my dog is a curtain twitcher in this house. Congratulations on getting those digits. Listen, my dogs are the curtain twitcher juniors over here. The Goodmans gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much. Emily Flotilla, congratulations, my dear. 1 sub at a time. That is the truth. It's crazy. Wait, and then Mrs. Parks gifted 50 more memberships? She's a crazy person. She is a legit crazy person. Green-eyed cat, congratulations, love you at Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. Luna's Human is a new member. Thank you so much. Candace Hoff with the super sticker. Congrats on 23. Congrats on 20K. Can't wait to see you in the morning, Auntie Deb. Mrs. Parks, Jimmy, I love you. Of course, I am kidding. I am so happy to see all of your face, all of these faces in these face-to-face for yay for 20K. Tom does not know Auntie. Well, Tom now knows Auntie. We're making friends over here at Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. Lisa Dempsey with the super sticker. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Simply Tanika, whose baby I plan to deliver coming very soon to a hospital room near you. I mean, I had planned to deliver her baby, but she said I can't. I was a Girl Scout. I feel positive that I could do it. But thank you so much, Simply Tanika, for 16 months of membership. I still might deliver her baby. All right. We asked a question about the OUIs. Falus in uno, falus in omnibus. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Tom will
So
explain the
much.
Latin.
No, he won't. Faith in one is faith in all.
Falsus in falsus in omnibus.
Yeah, I got
something
nothing.
In one is something in all. Whatever falsus is.
I speak pig Latin, bullshit, and gossip. Thank you so much. So much love to y'all. Best place ever. Allison Good with the super sticker. This is for 20K subs. I thought you ran a 20K. Girl. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I did not run a 20K. I promise you I did not. Alice Turner with 5 gifted memberships. Idiot Win with another $20 super sticker. If the jury is not guilty on all the other lessers, but hung on OUI, is whole second count hung because there's no way to indicate acquittal on other lessers. Sorry of QK.
Oh, sorry about the Karen Reed question. Just burning in me.
Just burn. Okay, so what lawyers?
That's Tom.
Thoughts?
That's Tom. So, Tom, did you see the verdict slip in the Karen Reed case?
I think I heard it on my bike ride. I didn't see it.
There's only a not guilty box at the top, and then it's all the lesser includeds, and then it says guilty for each lesser included, but there's not a not guilty box.
I heard Yannetti making the argument, and it was I don't know if you remember what he said at the very end, which was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
She said something to the effect of, "It hasn't been overturned," and he said, "Not yet."
Yeah. But
And
that's a great question.
yes,
So if they're not guilty on all the other lessers, because you know the lesser of the lessers, the least of the lessers is the OUI standalone charge.
yeah.
But there's only a guilty box next to it and not a hung box. I mean, I would say they can acquit on everything and hang only on the OUI. But this is a great question. If there's no not guilty box next to all the lessers, they're not hung on the whole second count. They would only be hung on the OUI. That is a great question, and you practice in Massachusetts, so.
So if the jury is not guilty on all other lessers, but hung on OUI,
They're all on the same page of the verdict slip.
is the whole second count hung because there's no way to? That's a good question.
I'll show you the verdict slip, and maybe we'll do a show on it. If you want to come on tomorrow, we could talk about it.
Yeah,
Come over to my channel, Idiot, when tomorrow we'll talk about it.
I would love to see.
That's a really great question.
I would love to see it, because that's a visual thing. But
Mhm.
just to see if I can say something here. So,
Mm.
so it's guilty. There's a guilty box next to everything.
Mhm. No, just at the top of count 2, it says not guilty, and then it sets forth each one like manslaughter, OUI, you know, and whatever all the other lessers are, and the OUI is at the bottom, and they all have guilty boxes. And there's only one not guilty box at the top. So it is confusing, and that's a great question.
Well, I think I can probably. So, but the OUI is standalone, right? It's not part of the lesser included, or is it?
I have the sheet right here. Do you want me to text it to you? What's the best way to send it to you? Okay.
Yeah, rather than me going round and round.
Yeah, and we'll go through the rest of the supers, Kathy, because I know you
slamming
want
the
to keep
brakes,
this to an hour.
slamming the brakes on your party with my.
No, it's a really interesting question. And I haven't followed the case, but it's a very interesting question. Okay, let's see. Trisha Doran with the super sticker. So happy there's 529 watching and 487 likes. Oh, good job, you guys. Hit those like buttons out.
Tom, I just sent it to you.
Forrest Nelson, this was a blast. Great panel, and awesome to see so many of my tubes of you friends here. Congrats. Let's see. Megan Easton, huge congratulations. How fun has this been? So fun. Jojo Tink RN, congratulations. 9 months of membership. Thank you so much. Girl Ryan, congrats, Kathy. I found you during the Kitten Hill trial. Oh my God. What was that guy's name? The Kitten Hill Killer is what I used to call him. Yes, Tellis.
I did that one too.
Tellis. And I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
God, he was nuts. Curious Leah, thanks for the laughs. Congratulations. Julie Martin, where have you been, girl? Membership for 17 months. Congratulations on 20,000. Thank you. I think that's all the supers. We got through all of them. Yay. Okay, Tom is examining the sheet. Wait, and now I'm getting text messages. Congratulations on your success. Oh, I
hope it's your children.
So lovely. Oh my God. Right. They're like, where's dinner? But Daddy is out for Father's Day. In my house, we have a tradition. Mother's Day is don't call me Mother's Day. Don't ask me nothing. Leave me alone. So by tradition, they just go out. When they were little, my husband would take them to the movie, and I would sit in one of those Calgon take me away baths and watch trashy TV and just enjoy my day. And I was like, let's make this a tradition. Don't make me breakfast in bed. Don't spill nothing on my sheets. Leave me alone. So he went out with his friends for Father's Day. It's very exciting.
Awesome. I've got no problem with that verdict slip.
But how do they say that? I don't know. We'd have to pull it up.
So wait, what? So if they find her not guilty, right? Is there, like, if there's a not guilty box, Is there or is there not a not guilty box for Karen Reed?
It's the first box. We're talking specifically about manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that if she's not guilty of anything or any the main charge or any of the lesser included, is they check off number 1.
Mm-hmm. What if they say she's not guilty of 2, 3, and 4, but we're hung on count 5? There's no way to indicate that.
That they're hung?
Yeah. No, there's no way to indicate that they're finding not guilty of 2, 3, and 4. And they're only hung on count 5 because there's no not guilty box next to 2, 3, and 4. The only option is not guilty of manslaughter 2 or manslaughter OUI and everything else. There's no way to indicate we're acquitting on this, and this. We're only hung on drunk driving. That's the problem. It's going to go all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court again. Double jeopardy abounds. Massachusetts is where your constitutional rights go to die. That is, I have coined that phrase and I'm sticking by it. I know you can't say that, Tom, because you practice there. I'm a New York lawyer, and I believe in the Constitution. Nobody else knows what we're talking about, but
I honestly am. I didn't watch this case closely at all, but based on what I've seen of it, I think she'll be found not guilty just because to me, the question is, does the state have proof of what they claim? And based on the investigation, I don't think they can prove anything they claim. So she's not guilty.
Yeah.
But whether you think she hit the guy or didn't hit the guy, the investigation was so bad. Who the hell can tell? But I'm curious, how do you guys think the case is going to come out?
John O'Keefe was not hit by a car, and the car did not hit John O'Keefe.
Right.
That's what the evidence shows.
That's what I believe too. And in the first trial, I think both sides overdid it. I said this yesterday. Both sides just overdid the whole thing, because what it comes down to is, as I heard Judge Cannoni give that part of the instruction. You don't check your common sense and life experience at the doorway into the jury deliberation room. I think she added her own thing that I haven't heard before. In fact, I ask you to bring it in to the jury deliberation room. And that's what I say during every closing argument. Common sense and life experience. The common sense and life experience, I think, sprinkled with a couple of expert witnesses, is what this trial was about at its core. Because I've been waiting for the Commonwealth to piece together, pun intended, like the number of gouges in his right arm with the number of shards of plastic that were supposedly created by hitting him in the arm, or some sort of the way that they are configured. I mean, there has to be, as far as I can see, there's got to be the same number of shards of plastic, which by itself is a crazy sort of way of saying something. Shards of plastic,
right?
As there were gouges in his arm, as far as I'm concerned, and I just they never put that together. I didn't see any of the pieces of plastic that would have caused those injuries in the way that they wound up. It's almost like shark teeth. Like you have to show a pattern of plastic the same as a dog's bite. Like it's the same thing. Okay, if it's not a dog and it's the plastic, then show me the plastic that caused that pattern injury, which is what the experts did so well for the defense. The pattern type of injury.
I have to go, but I just want to say,
you gotta go.
Congratulations, girl. I knew you could do this. I'm so proud of you, and I love you.
Thanks for dropping by. Thank you.
Bye,
I actually have to go too.
Oh,
I gotta.
Well, let me go so you can say goodbye to your people. Bye.
Go. Night. Tom, thanks so much for stopping by. This has been so lovely. I'm so grateful you and George were here.
Yes, me too. I appreciate you having us, and have me back on before 40,000, please.
I will. I absolutely will. Okay. There's a big case that I'm working on, and when I need a lawyer, I know who to call.
Give me a shout.
I will. All right. Bye-bye. You guys, I am so grateful that you are all here. Thank you for helping me celebrate 20,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I'm not a subscriber counter. You know what I mean? Like for a period of time, I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on this 20K. And after that, I'm just going to let the count go, right? I'm like, it is what it is. I'm going to encourage you to like and subscribe and share and all the other things. But when I'm so focused on the number, I'm not really having that much fun. So going forward, you'll hear me say like and subscribe, but chasing after a number, that's not my jam. That's what I've decided. But look, now that we are here and we're celebrating 20K, if you were here for the opening, you heard the countdown, the count into this. There's a little bit of my new theme song. Oh, yes, there is a new gossip, rumor, and innuendo theme song. And for the outro of these videos, I'm publishing the full long version. It's only like a minute and a half, something like that. And there's a special little surprise at the very last, the last screen of the outro has a cameo from a very special friend. So thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. And here's the outro. Have a good
Dear true crime friends, we clutch our pearls and laugh again. We all gather around. Kathy has a story to tell, our favorite comedian. Heifer, please, I don't have the free time unless you got the scoop again. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away. Yeah. Hey. The world is filled with chaos muppets that like people to kick the bucket from Idaho, Iowa, and everywhere in between. Heifer, please, boncation in the first degree. Heifer, please, come solve the case with me. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away.